Good morning, Purple. So right now it's about -8 out here in Taber, Alberta. Getting things ready to go here and that. And yes, I'm in a t-shirt and blue jeans at -8, and I generally don't put on a jacket till it gets a little bit colder. This is how I generally work in the wintertime, and it's simply because I grew up where it was -50, -60 normally, and we get 10 feet of snow up in northern BC, Yukon, Northwest Territories, up in that area. So, but anyways, and the reason why I'm posting this, I've had a few people sit there and say because of my winter tips, well, you never grew up where it was cold or where there was snow and stuff like that. Yeah, I did. And that's where I learned to drive over 42 years ago now. And the first vehicle I ever drove was not a car, was not a pickup, was not a farm tractor, although I did drive snowmobiles. First vehicle I ever drove was a 1976 Kenworth logging truck, and at the time it was only 5 years old when I drove it. So it gives you a little, I know I'm dating myself a little bit, but it gives you an idea how long I've been driving on that. So some people will realize that when I talk about the ice and cold, I do have a pretty good idea of what I'm talking about, where I grew up driving it, how I drove it. And it's just information only. It's not to brag or anything like that. There's guys that I know that have been driving in the cold weather. A lot of the stuff I learned from the old guys that have been doing it for 30, 40 years themselves before I ever freaking met them when I was a kid. So it gives you an idea. These guys had experience back before we had all these chains, airbags, and air conditioning units, and air ride seats. I remember those days. My back still remembers them too. So anyways, this is just to show you what it's like. It ain't that cold out. The only part of me that really gets cold like this is when it's windy. This and my ears get a little cold. And there's been a few times I've actually frozen my ears to the point where I'd go like this and they'd go crack. And I used to do that with my wife, and it would just ick her out every single time I did it. So anyways, I do have the experience. A lot of I learned a lot from the old guys and then practicing what they told me. And when I say practice, and I don't mean once or twice and hey, I got it. I mean practicing years and years and years and years of doing it. I also learned how to do things by simply going out there and doing it the hard way, fucking up and finding out, okay, I shouldn't have done that. But you're learning my lesson from that one time and learning how to not to get in that situation. So anyways, you can listen to your elders, learn from them. They don't always have the only way to do things. So remember that. You've got to figure out your own path and how to do things. But eventually you'll get to figure out, have yourself a little patience, give yourself time, and you'll get it done. Have a good day.